Le problème d'économie politique, donc éminemment d'économie politique dans la région, c'est qu'on a besoin de vraiment 3 éléments pour réussir un projet d'intégration. Il faut des institutions fortes pour construire ce projet. Il faut une volonté politique d'aller vers la création d'un projet d'intégration et il faut un secteur privé au sens large, c'est-à-dire communauté des affaires, le monde associatif, les jeunes. Et ces 3 éléments doivent aller de pair, doivent fonctionner ensemble pour pouvoir créer ce projet-là. Le problème de notre région, c'est qu'à aucun moment on a eu les 3 en même temps.
I think the African Continental Free Trade Agreement that just came into power is a very promising political tool and hopefully translate into tangible results on the ground for the countries to foster their regional integration. And that will enable the African country and also in particular the North African countries who form part of that Continental African Trade Agreement to open up new markets.
The investment from China has also cast much greater influence than it was before, simply because the sort of encouragement through investment by the Chinese has already created some sort of new international reality, the sort of conception of shared future or community of shared future.
Both Libya and Algeria, they have a problem of accessing Europe or accessing different markets. So the main problem in this is not finance, as it is the accessing of knowledge and products from other countries.
In Algeria, goods are very heavily subsidized. It's something like $40 billion that are invested every year in subsidies. And when we talk about integration, the first thing we need to talk about is, and the easiest one will be, integration is open borders. So it's easy, no-brainer. But opening borders for an Algerian prospect means that all subsidies that will slip under the carpet and go to other regions, which will be very damaging for the country.
Unfortunately, we don't have the right mechanism, the right infrastructure, the right environment that would provide, this kind of conditions for entrepreneurs to succeed. We've seen recently what happened with Karim, a startup that has been now bought by Uber. This shows you how fragile are our startups in the region. Unfortunately, they are not sustainable. And therefore, we are always looking for foreign kind of investment. We have very complicated and complex legislation in the region, which doesn't, allow entrepreneurs, specifically young entrepreneurs, to start, innovative initiatives because it's so complicated. Then they would prefer to go somewhere else. And this is where the brain drain is happening.
I feel like, especially with Egypt, a lot of times when startups are thinking of expanding, they look at the Gulf. Everyone wants to go to Dubai, they want to set up shop in Dubai, and I think there's a lot more cooperation happening between Egypt and the UAE. But I'd go back to, I'd say, the accelerators. So you've got Flat Labs started out in Egypt, but then now they have a branch in Tunisia. So I guess having them open up shop in Tunis means that if they have a startup in Egypt that wants to sort of expand to Tunis, then they could be a great connecting board for them.
We should start by synergies. And then by doing so, we jump into the how we're gonna build economical integration. We can immediately find a lot of sectors where we can build synergies. For the agriculture, tourism, education, waste management, we can do a lot of projects built on the concept of synergy instead of going immediately or jump to the concept of Maghreb integration that make a little bit politicians afraid of, and even some people in the business community could be afraid of the concept of integration.